the customer's wife actually reached out, sent us a DM, and she was not happy.
You all have to be kidding using my husband's truck that y'all did the worst job ever. A few of my neighbors came by and said, WTF.
The whole situation was just unfortunate. I was genuinely shocked and very confused Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Nathan and Edgar with the Grind Don't Stop. I hope y'all doing good. Hope y'all staying busy. Welcome to day 2 of our daily uploads for this month of December. If you haven't seen yesterday's video, make sure y'all watch that. For today's video, we're gonna be talking about one of our biggest customer complaints we've ever gotten.
So we're also gonna discuss how this actually has cost us to lose business and what we're doing to prevent this from happening ever again.
Make sure y'all keep watching. It's some juicy stuff. So let's get into it.
All right, so we first started working with this customer about a year ago. We did a ceramic coating for one of their vehicles, a 1-year ceramic coating, and they really loved it, and they were happy with it, and everything was good. And then a few months later, they actually wanted us to do another vehicle. It was a Ford F-250, I believe.
Yeah.
A Ford F-250. It was
big truck.
Yeah, it was black car, black truck. So we were like, yeah, sure, we could definitely do that as well. We told them it would be a little bit more. Number one, because it's a bigger vehicle, and because it was, you know, the color black, and the fact that we weren't really sure if it was need any paint correction, or we didn't know anything about the vehicle. So we told them that we would actually have to visit it in person. That way we could kind of just see the vehicle and give them a more accurate quote. So we actually went out to visit him, and we actually recorded when we actually got there and our thoughts about the whole process. So we're gonna play this clip for you guys so you guys can watch and get a little bit more content as far as what happened that day. All right, so we just came from that quote we were gonna do for a ceramic coating. So overall, I think he just thought it was a little too much. We quoted him $500 for 1-year coating, 1-year ceramic coating, and he really didn't think that was the best thing for him. At the end, he said that maybe like a wash and wax. So we went ahead and talked to him about that, and he liked that. I think we're gonna charge him $250 for a wash and wax. So we're scheduled, and we're gonna do it like in 2 weeks because that's the only day he has off in 2 weeks. But yeah, I'm pretty disappointed. I really want to do a ceramic coating on it, just because he's a good customer of ours, and it's in a good neighborhood. Where maybe, you know, we would get potential referrals from people looking at his truck and wanting to know why it looks so nice. And it is a black car too, black truck. So I really like how they end up looking after a ceramic coating and after like paint correction. So the day of, we actually get to the customer's house expecting just to do a wash and wax on the truck. However, he actually wants us to do like a premium wash on another vehicle that he has. So we're like, that's fine. We had time, we didn't schedule anything else. We assumed we had all day to work on both vehicles just because the customer was off that day. So we thought we would have plenty of time to work on both of them. So we start working on it, everything's going good, everything's pretty straightforward. A few hours into it, the customer's mom comes out and tells us that they have to leave pretty soon, which is a surprise to us because we thought we would have more time to work on the vehicle. I told Nathan what was going on, and we still had to do a few things. We had to do the running boards, the wheel wells, final touches on the truck, and just a few other things that we wanted to focus on a little bit more just to make the vehicle look good. By that point, a customer came out, told us the same thing, that they had to leave. He started looking at the car, and he said everything was good. He loved it as is, how it was. And we told him, well, we still had to do a few more things, but he said, no, that's fine. He said he had to leave, so he was gonna take the car as is. So the customer paid it for both vehicles. He even tipped us as well, and we continued working on the truck up until the time that they left. So they left, and then we continued working on the other vehicle, and that was pretty easy, pretty straightforward. So the next day, we reached out to the customer, just thanking him for his business and asking him for a review. And that's when he tells us that he was actually expecting the inside of the vehicle to be done as well. And I kind of just told him, hey, you know, the inside was going to be for an additional fee. And I told him what the wash and wax process was, and what we did and he kind of just said okay. He gave us a little thumbs up and just, you know, thanked us for our time, and he kind of just left it as that.
All right, guys. So 2 weeks passed by, and at this point, we decided to post the pictures of the truck to social media. We liked how the truck came out, even though it did have a few imperfections, but we posted it anyway. Later on, the customer's wife actually reached out, sent us a DM, and she was not happy.
All right, so let me read it to you. All right, so this is what she said. She says, "Hey, you all have to be kidding using my husband's truck. That y'all did the worst job ever. Nothing inside was even touched. The rims still had dirt in them, and there was gum still in the back of the rear hub. He didn't complain to y'all, but I'm gonna tell you, that job was horrible. A few of my neighbors came by and said, WTF. So once I saw the messages, I kind of just didn't know what to think at all. I was very surprised because I thought the customer was okay with everything that we've done. I reached out to the wife first because she is the one who first reached out to us, kind of apologized to her, let her know that we'd reach out to her husband. We wanted to make things right, and kind of just left it as that. I reached out to the husband and kind of just told him, hey, you know, this has been brought up to our attention. We want to make sure everything was good. We want to make things right. Let us know what we can do. Let us know when you're available. That way you can take a look over the vehicle once more. And he kind of just left us as that. He left us on red. Didn't say anything after that. And we kind of just didn't know what to do next. We already tried to, we attempted to reach out to both of them. No one said anything. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I should call them or I should go visit them, but I thought I was maybe doing too much at that point, because in 2 weeks no one said anything to us. So I don't know why all of a sudden the customer's wife was complaining to us, even though we didn't finish and we left everything as is because the customer had to leave. So we weren't really sure what to do next. At the end, we kind of just left it as is. We did everything from our part to make things right, reaching out to them, but they never responded to us.
Alright guys, so my initial thoughts when I first saw the DM from the customer's wife was I was genuinely shocked and very confused when I read the message, just based off what the customer on the day, he said that he liked it, he said it looked good, and he was just cool overall. So I didn't really expect that, you know, this message. So I was very confused that, you know, they hadn't said anything in the 2 weeks that had passed by. So I was confused and shocked and surprised about the whole thing.
At the end of the day, I was kind of upset because the customer's wife was telling their neighbors about the bad job that we did, even though they didn't know the full story. They didn't know that the customer had already accepted the vehicle as is. So that kind of, I think that maybe ruined our reputation in that neighborhood, because they already knew us as the local detailers, and now knowing that we left that truck like that, I think cost us additional business. And even like the customer's mom was upset with us because I shared on the local Facebook pages, I shared our work for another vehicle, just trying to get more business, and she immediately gave it like a thumbs down emoji, or like a frowny face emoji, like within a minute of it going up. I was like, at first I was like, is it the same woman? And as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, it's her. They're I don't know, their family just hate us at this point. But we did our best. We did our best to try to fix this situation. But you know, I guess at the end of the day, there's only so much we could do. I guess we could have visited them in person, but I don't know. I think that would have been too much at that point. I didn't want to do that.
So overall, there's a lot of things we could have done differently to prevent a situation like this. The biggest thing, communication. Like we could have communicated with the customer the day of what the wash and wax included, and that was just an exterior job only, and it did not include the interior.
We had mentioned to him before, but I think it would have been better if we would have done it that same day. Another thing we could have done is just set up expectation as far as how long it would take as far as the wash and wax process, and just to make sure that he didn't have any other plans that day, because we had just assumed he would be off just because that's the day he wanted us to do it. So we just assumed he would be at home all day and that he wouldn't have any errands to run or anything like that. So I think that's the two biggest things that we should have done differently. Just more communication and just set a better expectations for how long it would take. Because if we would have had enough time, we would have finished. I think it will probably prevent a lot of the issues that we have. So another thing I was actually looking forward to is working more with this customer, just because he does work at a dealership. So that's something that we wanted to get more into, just get more commercial work. And I feel if this wouldn't have happened, that door would have been open for us, just because he really loved the work that we provided up to that point. So that I hate that all this happened, because that could have been a huge opportunity for us.
The whole situation was just unfortunate. There's a lot of things that happened, but at the end of the day, we're still kind of blamed. We didn't communicate with the customer enough, so that's on us. Next time we know in the future what to do, how to communicate better, how to set expectations with the customers in the future.
Alright, so there you have it. There's biggest customer complaint of the year that we've received so far. Definitely a lot that we learned from it. Hopefully you guys could have learned a little bit from it as well. Let us know in the comments below if you had a situation similar to this, or something that you would have done differently, because we're here to learn. We're not perfect. We don't claim to be the best detailers in the world. We're just trying to run a business, trying to do the best that we can, and we're just trying to stay busy and just keep on hustling.
Make sure y'all guys keep following along. We're posting daily videos every single day for the month of December, so make sure y'all keep watching. Make sure y'all subscribe and like the video. Make sure y'all stay tuned for the future videos here to come. Make sure you follow us on social media, on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and have a nice day.